Hey everyone, Chris Remmes from Coldwell Banker in Boston. Welcome back to the latest version of my video blog. Today I'm very excited to talk to you. We just have the second quarter numbers just came in for the city of Boston, and I wanted to talk to you about those today. You know, what happens is a lot of times people will read the newspaper and hear in the media that things aren't going well in the real estate market. But if you're a buyer or you're a seller and you are in the market, you probably are hearing a much different story. So we're going to go through and talk about that a little more in depth. I also want to remind everybody that right now, interest rates are at historical low right now, and I'm not saying they're low, they're the lowest they've ever been. So that's really something that's driving the market. Here in the Boston area, we have a very strong economy. We still have a very vibrant city. We're doing well with the COVID, so it's still a very desirable place to live. So we have low inventory, we have high buyer demand in certain segments, and we have low interest rates. So that all is very good for you if you're a seller. So, you know, people ask me, and there's a lot of fear out there, but I tell people, if you don't live in your primary residence and you're renting, if you're renting, you know you're throwing money out the window. If you're not renting, if you are renting, you shouldn't be renting. If you look here at the 10-year price index, you can see that we've had a nice, slow, steady increase, appreciation over the last 10 years, since about 2012, 2013, after the market changed after the last recession. One of the things that people who, when I sit down and talk with and we go out and we're looking and we make our first offer, people are surprised that sometimes things are still going over the asking price. Back in 2015, 2016, we had about half of the properties in the market going over the asking price. Now we have about one out of 5 properties going over the asking price. So if you're looking for something that's under $1 million in a great neighborhood, you still have to be ready to enter a multiple bid situation. Inventory here, you can see, is still really low. If you look back on it, that's over the last couple of years. If you notice the uptick, I think a lot of what that uptick is caused by is March and April, people were pulling their property off the market before we knew what was going on with COVID-19. Now that we have all the protocols in place and we know how to safely show property, you know, things have been lightening back up a lot more, that's for sure. And, you know, neighborhood by neighborhood, as I said, are very different, but also price point and segments. What is kind of not doing so well right now in the city of Boston is the luxury market. And those are the buildings that have concierge, elevator buildings, kind of the hotel living, at the price points over $2 million. Things aren't doing well in that segment right now and probably won't be doing well there for the next year or so. But if you want to talk about what your needs are, feel free to reach out and talk to me, whether you're buying, whether you're selling, or if you just want to talk about real estate. I'd love to talk to you about what's going on in the market and what's going on in your neighborhood. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, reach out, 617-947-9337. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.